It is no secret that the nation's economy is struggling. Just last month, the unemployment rate reached 5.5%, hitting its highest point in 4 years. And with the rising costs of basic commodities, few Americans remain untouched by the increasingly fragile economy. During past downturns, America's small businesses have helped jumpstart the economy through trade. But unfortunately, that has not been the case today. In this hearing, we will review the current economic climate and explore the barriers hindering this vital sector. History has shown trade to be the silver lining in a weak economy. In the early 1990s, for example, the country was reeling from a demoralizing recession. In fact, the situation was not at all that different from the one we face today. But rather than allowing the era's weak economy to hold them back, American businesses looked to opportunities abroad. As a result, U.S. trade led the way into the booms of the late 90s, when American exports skyrocketed from $535 million to just over $1 billion. But today, American exports are declining rather than rising, and the rate of decline has been extreme. In the 2 months between February and March of this year, U.S. exports dropped $2.5 billion. These figures are simply unbelievable. To say that export numbers are declining will be an understatement. Export numbers are not falling, they are plummeting. We now know that commerce is falling sharply for businesses in the areas of capital goods, industrial supplies, and advanced technology. Last month alone, these industries witnesses a $100 million drop-off in exports. And these kind of declines are not industry isolated either. Trade with NAFTA countries, the bread and butter for small business exporters, has also dropped off considerably. In fact, commerce has slowed to virtually every foreign port. These declines are also manifesting themselves domestically, where trade at our top 10 ports is down $100 million. Still, it seems the worst is yet to come. Export orders, a leading indicator of future trade, show no light at the end of the tunnel. Instead, they have dropped 6.5% for the service industry and slowed for manufacturers. Members of this committee are well aware of the integral role that small exporters can play in reversing these trends. 97% of America's small firms are exporters. And in fact, 1/3 of all U.S. exports come from entrepreneurs. That means that any dent in American exports become a crater in the small business community. Why then are exports declining in traditionally entrepreneurs-driven industries? A number of factors have come into play, creating what now looks to be a perfect storm. At the heart of that storm are shrinking market stakes. On that front, the U.S. now stands in third place behind Germany and China. It should also be noted that 90% of small businesses export to only one country, a fact that has made them far more susceptible to economic volatility and market shifts. But perhaps most troubling is the damage that we have done to ourselves. Sadly, the current administration has failed its own small exporters by underfunding trade-friendly initiatives. In this morning's hearing, we will further examine these barriers. Trade may be on the decline and the economy may be suffering. But just as we used trade to turn the economy around in the 90s, it can serve as a catalyst today. And what better place to begin than with our entrepreneurs? After all, small firms are the backbone of American business. They have steered us out of past recession, and they can lead the way again today. I want to thank all the witnesses in advance for their testimony. The committee is pleased they could join us this morning and looks forward to their insights on these issues. With that, I now yield to Ranking Member Chava for his opening statement.